Yeah.
EHOME's turn to ban.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the International 2016. We are here with Group E matches between EHOME and Vici Gaming Reborn, as we, of course, are into game number 2 now. The draft underway. EHOME stomping VGR within about 20 minutes, we'll call it, and doing so with literally no issues whatsoever. Of course, the axe getting super farmed, and from that point on, it was over. So, looking forward to game 2. My name is Mont. With me is LD. VGR, they definitely looked better yesterday than they did in that last particular game, LD.
Yeah, I think it's also that EHOME just looked really good. The sniper pick did not work out. VGR did not play around the hero very well. I think you have to ward for the sniper, you have to protect him. Shadow Demon carrying a TP is the type of thing you should be doing. Didn't see much help early. If sniper doesn't get help early, he is food. So it will be a change up here. Interestingly though, EHOME not going for the Kunkka Keeper of the Light, even though it was available. To me, this just, it says less that they like, oh, that's not good this game, because it's the exact same opening for VGR, and it's more, we want to try something different, and we want to continue to diversify our openings and our strategy so that we're not too predictable or easily counter-drafted going into the main event. So I think EHOME's already looking at the main event, taking a step forward, and trying to make sure they have multiple options headed there. As for VGR, they need a win. They get the end Terrorblade. They did win at least one game with this yesterday, and they have the Shadow Demon to back it up. So you always want that defensive support to go to the TB, and they have it now.
Yeah, the Terrorblade second overall pick is rather interesting. I don't think it was banned by EHOME last game, but I can't remember off the top of my head, so that's just something that's...
I don't think it was banned at all.
It's interesting you pick it second overall, but then again,
they
it
have
allows you...
Timbersaw, though. Terrorblade's not that great against Timbersaw.
It allows you to, I guess, plan around the Terrorblade and say, okay, well, what can we do? What can we pick to make it easier? EHOME will go for the Warlock, which, again, we've talked about. Fender is the one that usually plays this. However, they have played it mid during the wild card, so...
Yeah, I think we were actually casting that match.
We were.
EHOME versus Execration, so yeah. Who knows how EHOME will lane this Warlock. And again, that's why I have really high hopes for EHOME heading into the main event, is they're running the same heroes in multiple ways. They're opening drafts similarly and then wildly diverging. They're showing a wide variety of styles. You really don't know what the openings mean. You can't predict their lanes based on early picks. They are looking kind of like Wings, except just a little more solid and a little less schizophrenic, where the drafts are just kind of like random heroes out of nowhere that maybe don't fit. So I think EHOME continuing to showcase their versatility. Warlock, Fatal Bonds, very good at dealing with the Terrorblade, at dealing with his illusions. It's more pure damage to work with, and it gives them a push strat now, potentially. The Healing Ward, the Rock, Bloodlust.
Yeah.
A lot of siege potential here.
I mean, Juggernaut already is a very good pushing hero because of the Healing Ward and the amount of damage you can do.
They can still get Kunkkas. They can do that, X, Blade Fury, go hit the tower, back off shenanigans if they want.
Yeah, I mean, EHOME, Laudanum has been very active with that Kunkka, so we'll wait and see if that'll be the case again. VGR will go ahead and pick up the Mirana, though, so it's a good hero with, obviously, a lot of potential, both in casting and the Starstorm Aghanim Scepter, and later on down the road we saw Sumail play it in the other game with Alliance in that right-click build. Actually did a fair bit of damage. Of course, he had the Drought to back him up, but nonetheless, EHOME, of course, see what they want to go for in their next pick. They have 2 minutes and 10 seconds left in reserve time. They haven't touched it yet, so they've had a pretty good understanding of what they've wanted to do here and who they've wanted to grab.
What do they want next? So if they're gonna run a Kunkka, it would definitely have to be a core Warlock, but they will do something different. They get Legion. Legion can be a big part of a super carry strategy, and I think the hero that I'm a little worried about right now from VGR is Lone Druid, because you now could have a Healing Ward, a Golem, Bloodlust, as well as Moment of Courage, all on the bear. That will be an building wrecking machine. So I think VGR actually might need to ban Lone Druid last phase, or pick something that hard counters it.
Well, yeah, we'll wait and see. I think that could be dangerous to have, and then of course that split push or pushing in general might be tough to deal with for Vici Gaming Reborn. They have them run a Shadow Demon. It could be a support duo, as we've seen before with these two heroes picked. There's a chance that that is a support duo and not just the core Mirana that we're so used to seeing played in the mid lane. That would be No-No's hero in this instance, so.
Oh, VGR. pick number 4.
I don't know what they want here.
What do they want? So they see a heavy push coming. What is good against push? Wave clear is really good. AA is really good against healing-oriented strategies, which there's a decent amount of for the time being. Outside of that, it's either that or you have to go all in on the laning stage and just look to crush them there. But I think running Terrorblade, it's already a fairly passive draft. Mirana has minimal kill potential, with Ogre being very tanky, Juggernaut having Blade Fury. Warlock is actually pretty tanky in his own right, so I think for VGR, even like maybe a Keeper of the Light, but then you're lacking stuns from your support. They're kind of in a tough spot here. They are going to go for laning stage domination, but it's in a different form. And this is a hero that could find kills. Riki, I like this pick from VGR.
Yeah, this is something that I feel like should have seen more of, or
yeah,
I'm surprised we don't see more of.
Lately.
Just picked up a little bit by crit earlier on in the tournament, among other heroes.
They want a 5-man so bad. Banning the Tide. I mean, EHOME to me are clearly an open book at this point. They are just looking to bulldoze VGR.
Yeah, they want to finish the series.
The other hero they could run is a Death Prophet. They could still run Warlock support.
5 seconds.
Some sort of pushing hero should definitely be the ban. I think there's a little more synergy with the Lone Druid, though, because of the Legion Commander pick.
Last ban is a Death Prophet. That would definitely be a hero that can snowball, death ball, whatever you want to call it, and just push down towers like crazy. The Vici Gaming Reborn have an opportunity here to pick their, what I imagine would be an offlaner, as they have the Mirana mid, Terrorblade safe lane, and then in the offlane, we'll see what they want to grab for, well, Mikasa more than likely.
Yeah, it should be Mikasa. Dragon Knight.
Maybe it's not offlane DK, or it is. I mean, they're gonna. Oh man, they're getting ice card.
All right.
And that's pretty good with Shadow Ward and Press the Attack too. There's 2 different sources of heals.
I forgot about
and
this
Healing
hero.
Ward as well.
I forgot about this hero, Travis.
Oh man, EHOME just.
I thought Lone Druid was gonna be good this game. No, it's not like the best Huskar game ever. Terrorblade has a shitload of physical damage. Actually, EHOME. VGR beat Liquid's Huskar with the Terrorblade. So, I don't think it's the dream Huskar game, but... And even the Cloud is very annoying, because you can't purge off the silence with your life break. And they have Shadow Demon, so... It's still, the amount of synergy there is for the Huskar, that's where it's really scary, even if it's not the best Huskar game in a vacuum.
I think that with EHOME playing it, I feel as if they have more than enough heals, they have more than enough potential to bring this to a screeching halt for VGR and just absolutely crush them again. Although DDC...
They're also, let's be honest, they're looking like the better team. So even if we like the VGR draft, I still probably favor EHOME.
That's kind of what I mean. I mean, like, VGR, sure, they looked good yesterday. Today, they are not looking so great. It actually looks like Mikasa, hold that thought, is Press the Attack is actually helping Old 11 almost get this kill onto FY, who has Shadow Poison, and that is it. No disruption to save him if he got in trouble. But, yeah, I mean, Mikasa's going to be playing the DK mid, it looks like, so they're going to swap things up a little bit. It means the offlaner is going to be the
FY?
Mirana for No-No.
Well, I guess he's going back to Fountain.
Yeah, he is not.
This is the walk of shame.
He's not going to be able to help contest, which means that there's 1 less hero in this bottom lane. It's 2 for 2, or 2 against 2, I should say. But they'll back up for Old Bottom. And
I didn't realize you could purge the Shadow Poison stacks, but that's an interesting mechanic. To press the attack, pretty good against Shadow Demon.
I did not know that either, but that now makes sense. I mean, I guess...
It's a debuff, so...
Yeah, I figured that
it makes sense. It's pretty strong, though. It means that he's much harder for this lane to kill, because a lot of their damage, in fact, most of it in the tri-lane will come from the Shadow Demon.
Alright, we're going to have Ice heading up to the top line. Are they going to aggro try? They were actually thinking about looking and see who was up there. Or no, excuse me, defensive try is what I meant to say. And it looks like they're going to send Old Chicken mid. And then...
Oh, hello, Old Lanham.
He is probably dead as the Dragon Tail comes down. It's going to be first blood going the way of Vici Gaming, Reborn.
I got the close-up of his corpse hitting the deck.
Yeah, that's one of the funniest heroes to...
He thudded. He thudded to the ground.
He's an ogre. He falls very quickly, and when he falls hard.
So the downside to that kill is Dragon Knight had to use all his mana, or almost all of it, and he had to skill Dragon Tail. So Old Chicken can take advantage of this, and you can see it already. He is really punishing. Love this play. Good recognition. Just constantly trading blows. No Dragon's Blood there.
Bottom lane, Old 11 getting chased down by DDC. He's got 2 poison stacks. I'll have to press the attack to get them off. Old Lana might not be so lucky with 3 stacks on him.
All right, I don't know if this lane is working for EHOME.
That's 4 stacks, and that is 5. And that's a dead. That is a dead ogre again with FY getting 5 poison stacks on him.
So, yeah, you mentioned Mikasa mid is Dragonite. It's a jungle roaming Mirana offlaner for Nono. And they're looking for Old 11 again. I think they kill him again here. Maybe not.
The Terrorblade doesn't have enough range. Not until we get to that Dragonlance anyway, so we'll go back to farming.
So yeah, VGR forced to mix up the lanes, recognizing that they don't have an offlaner that's any good against Huskar. Mirana's not going to do anything, but at least she can maybe get experience.
They are not shutting this Huskar down. It's going to be the same story. He gets his early armlet, early Helm of the Dominator. Bottom lane, they're going to use
Old 11 is dead, I believe, here.
What is the thought process going in there against this squad? They might want to kill FY, but it's just not going to happen.
This is just a featuring on the lane.
Why don't you stop doing that? Just go to the jungle, do it. Just do anything but that. God.
They are getting a lot of experience, though, now with this lane pushing in, so... All is not entirely lost. It means with a tri-lane devoted to that lane, Old Chicken will have his way top, and most importantly, Huskar will free farm, but I think Huskar would free farm regardless this game.
Probably, unless they had a real aggressive tri-lane.
They would have to put the Terrorblade against the Huskar with the full support cast there, and you know, then you're committing too much and underleveling your supports quite likely.
Well, we'll move forward here, and again, because like you mentioned, they're making space down bottom. Top 2 CSers are going to be Old Chicken as he's spinning on the Mikasa right now.
That's
oh my god, if he gets this kill, good Dragon Tail, and yeah, he does have the regen rune. And all of that work done by Old Chicken is now going to go by the wayside. As down bottom, there's going to be some action happening as DDC's barely alive, no detection coming out for Old Bottom. There's a Sentry Ward, but he's a little too far away as DDC will walk out. Old 11 can't really deal with End now, so a lot of action earlier. This bottom lane.
So I think the best way to deal with press the attack removing the Shadow Poison stacks is you have to hit both of them with the poison so that you can only purge one. If you will suicide, getting the free fountain trip. No. He's level 3. Looks like he wants to make a move mid. Dragon Tail could set this up.
He needs 10 more mana to get an arrow though, which is the problem. So Old Chicken still has time. And Nono is going to head elsewhere currently. He's going to try to find maybe an arrow onto a creep instead. And then go back to the base. We'll see. He's sitting at 200 gold plus his boots, so Arcanes will probably be his item choice, but...
I still think these lanes are overall favorable for EHOME, even though Vici Gaming's leading right now. Once Huskar gets an armlet, Juggernaut has a leveled up healing ward, and Old 11 has his own levels, and there's a couple points of Bloodlust. EHOME are just going to Death Ball behind Huskar with a Warlock ult, and then it's getting experience. Now what do you do about that? They need more kills. They need a lot more kills.
Hold on, and we will see you later, my friend. 2 stacks of poison. They had meta going to work, and that is going to be FY getting the kill yet again. It's 4 kills in this bottom lane now. It's time to stop, all right? Listen. No more EHOME.
Space created for Huskar. Space created for Juggernaut.
I mean, it's great that the space is created for those lanes, but like Old 11 is level 3.
But losing this guy would be huge. Old Chicken could die mid. Mirana's there. Where's that stun?
Dragon Tail first. Arrow follows through. That was cool. Starstrom will fall on top. And DDC will help secure the kill with the smoke screen on the dead body.
Now that's a big kill. Killing Juggernaut or Huskar is where you can take the wheels off the EHOME push, but the ideal hero is that Huskar, and he is still unchecked.
They're rotating DDC up there, but I don't think DDC and Nono together can kill him. They might need 3 in this lane.
Almost got armlet, I think. Helm of Iron will up. Gonna take the tower in relatively short order. Should have it by like the 7-8 minute mark at the latest. So it's gonna be a very fast armlet timing.
And that is what you're looking for as a Huskar. Blade Fury mid. Just clearing out the creep wave. Top lane, Old Bottom's coming in. EDC has not been spotted yet. Sentry Ward's not there.
He went for the early point into Vitality. It's fairly squishy. Alright, slow this down. They do have DDC in position. I think they might be able to kill someone here. But 4 reinforcements are coming. Old Chicken's in biz.
Oh, the arrow hits right in front of him on Delanum, and now Ice, even with the heal going through, still taking a lot of damage. They blow up FY now. Nono was able to leap away. They're looking towards DDC, but he actually is still in Viz, and they have no detection. I'm not even sure he came out of Viz.
Alright. He's got Omni Slash and really wanted to use it.
There's too many creeps there, unfortunately. They do get the tier 1 tower top lane. Drop an observer ward. I thought that was a sentry for a second. I was about to freak out because DDC would have died. He's lucky. It is not. It is an observer ward. But Mikasa takes the tier 1 mid, but here's the jump in. Ice rotates to Mikasa. Pops the fairy fire. I do not think you were going to win that battle.
No mana for the TP, no mana for the stun. No way out. Good rotation by Ice. They do get the tier 1. And is farming. And is the key to shutting down Huskars. He's their main source of physical damage. But Huskar is ramping up Mott. He's got an armlet momentarily. Warlock Golem on a decent pace. Healing Ward is already level 1. Jug getting decent experience.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
I still think EHOME are in pretty good position heading towards the mid game. Expect around like the 10 to 12 minute mark. That's where they will start looking for the tier 1s, mid and bottom, and then they will begin the Roshan and the tier 2 siege.
So, methodical play from EHOME is what you expect, and to be honest, I agree with you completely. Sentry's down, DDC does not know, although it is going to go down as there's another one placed. DDC, that one will not be spotted out either, at least. I don't know, unless he was checking the inventory of Old Chicken. He finds himself the Observer Ward, DDC knows this, and now will back away from that Sentry, and they've rotated a lot down bottom. So 11 Old Chicken, everyone's here. And DDC is going to come out of the Roche pit and shadow Old Chicken. They see him coming.
Looking for FY, gonna find him, has the disruption, uses it. I need to back away. EHOME swarming in, the courier joining the fray. Delivers that Runa Pastilius for the completed Aquila.
And if that was a Omni slash press, that was a dead FY. Well, he probably could have disrupted himself, but
I think you just waste your Omni if you do that. Could have maybe Blade Fear killed him afterwards, but wants the guarantee kill. Top lane, they make the move on Fenrir. Isolate the Warlock, look to bring him down.
Oh, this Starstorm, second proc, but here we go. Moonlight Shadow might be able to save them. Mikasa, not so lucky. No, leaping away. He has TP scroll. Yeah, and with the Moonlight Shadow, they won't chase further, but that is not a great trade for Vici Gaming Reborn.
Well, they forced N to rotate in. Does have Sunder. Killing Ice now would be ideal, but the Dire Ward just barely scouted them. I think. I believe it did.
Yeah. So I mean,
yeah, they're coming for this. They are looking to flank this. Well, meanwhile, bottom lane, 11 kills FY, but the real action is top. Carries about to duke it out.
Jumping in. There's gonna be Ice getting low. He's the Metamorphosis. They've already taken down one. Ice, armlet toggling, staying alive. He's got the Shadow Ward. There's the Flame Fury as well, and he's got the Sunder. Can't get it off in time as he will fall dead in the dirt. It's a double kill for Ice. And, oh boy, that's not good. That is the worst hero to lose in that situation. That's a gigantic kill for EHOME.
Not only does he die, Mott, but he spends a lot of time rotating, while Old Chicken will find a solo kill on Mikasa. EHOME racking up the kills, and doing so right when their timing is about to kick in. Warlock ult is now online. Huskar's going deep.
No, might die. He's slowed down.
No.
He might die to just, I think, these spears. It's going to be close, and looks like he'll be okay. Yes.
Very
just
close.
Barely, though. It's 40 HP as he backs up to the well.
Level 3 fire spears already. Only going to get worse from here. BGR under siege. It has begun. The Huskaring is underway.
Yeah, he's feeling very good. Picks up Treads. He's got a wand as well. Ice is top of the net worth, and Old Chicken is not far behind. So the core is together for EHOME. They're feeling good. Old Bottom's getting experience now and catching up after that abysmal early laning phase down bottom. You can see that the Shadow Demon's trying to get some experience of his own. There is a sentry to scout out DDC. Old Bottom doesn't want to alert his presence to DDC at this point in time. So he'll just back up casually underneath the tower and be fine with it. We will go from there, I guess. I mean, where do you go from here, LD? VGR just lost their Terrorblade. How do you deal with this Huskar, and how do you combat him once he hits his timings?
That is a good question.
That physically pains you.
I think the main thing is looking for pickoffs with the Riki. To me, DDC needs to be moving around the map, trying to find heroes on their own. The problem for VGR is they have very little D-push. Mirana's D-push is decent, but it's risky to walk in the middle of a creep wave for Starfall, so really all you have is Shadow Poison. But finding pickoffs now, taking the wheels off the train while you can, is ideal. They get the Ogre.
That's going to be a chaotic operation drop down, and now everyone low. The Starstorm will finally bring him down, but still Ice looking for No. He should fall, but now Ends dueled up. Can they bring it down? There's the Dragon Tail at the very least, but Ice is so tanky, and everyone is dying from Vici Gaming Reborn, the only survivor, and it might not be for long as DDC has the fatal bonds. Luckily enough, he will stay alive, but he is the sole survivor out of that engagement.
All right, they're getting Huskard.
They really are.
I don't think they can stop this.
I think it might be too late now. I think that last fight was their best chance, and they almost killed him too. He was low, but maybe that's just an illusion because Huskar, once you get low, you know what happens. Berserker's blood kicks in, and then you have your max resistance.
6-0-2. Dominator up. Roshan time. And EHOME will just sit behind Ice and watch buildings explode. It's going to take some misplays. The best thing you can do now if you're VGR is just play the split push, stall game, find pickoffs where you can, avoid fights. But I think that the speed at which they can split push and find those pickoffs is going to be way too slow to stop EHOME from knocking down. Only 3 outer towers remaining right now, Mott. Very little structures very few structures, I should say, stand between EHOME and breaking high ground. So, yeah, I don't think there's much they can do. It's going to take big mistakes, big blunders by VGR, or by EHOME rather, for VGR to turn this around.
This is looking more and more dire as we move forward for End and his crew for Vici Gaming Reborn. He barely started his Dragonlance. He just got his first band of Elven skin.
It could have gone totally differently. They found
old 11 at least.
That top fight, it was very close to getting almost purges himself to safety. They almost got the kill on the Huskar. Ice had just picked up Armlet, and also that ward just barely scouted them. If they didn't have 3 heroes there, I think they kill Ice. I think it's a very different game. But
oh, DDC has been scouted. And Shadow Word, there's the leap. That life break is more than enough to help get the kill, not to mention the auto attacks. Some good split pushing coming out from VGR, getting the towers somewhat low in that top lane, but Old Chicken will rotate, and guess what? They leave the Huskar to do all the work in the middle lane.
Boy, Huskar's fun, huh?
I mean, ooh, the arrow top lane, Old Chicken might be dead. Oh, he doesn't get the second Starstorm hit. I think he thought he was going to grab it. Instead, he pops the regen rune. Old Chicken should have been dead there.
He was afraid of getting too close to getting Omni, but while Leap is on cooldown, we'll have to TP out. Old Chicken searching. Is he going to get oh, no, not going to happen. Meanwhile, though, the real action is made, where Ice is killing buildings.
Looks like there's going to be everybody breaking off pursuit. Ooh, he was about to jump in.
They can cloud him.
And they will.
Did he kill him once?
They have the Dragon Tail. They just don't have any damage. The Shadow Poison will start to get racked up, but they missed it on an Ice. The couriers flying through will deliver the arcanes, at least for FY, but
he didn't even bother using the Soul Catcher.
I mean,
their only method of killing him is right-clicking with Terrorblade, and Terrorblade does not want anything to do with this Huskar.
I wouldn't. After the start he's had, Terrorblade is continuing to have a rough time. He does not have his Dragon Lance still.
Well, Ice is going to say, hey, everybody can have a piece of me. I will come mid. I will hit your buildings. You may tango if you'd like.
It's insane. He got pressed the attack, Shadow Word, and then he uses Inner Vitality. The arrow will hit him. He'll take a little bit of damage because
he's going in.
Man, he's going hard, and he's going to look for more. And pops with Metamorphosis.
Just diving deeper. Once that dragon gets the 2, a monster kill for Ice. The Riki ult will manage to pop him once, but can they kill him again? No mana for Sunder. The arrow off the mark. Ice. Ready to jam again. He's got a fresh life break available. Does he go deeper with the golem committed? Perhaps not. Can they kill him? Has
he overextended? The attack doesn't take off the Purge.
Nah, he's fine.
Wow. He actually just walked out.
Yeah, he's got the armlet. Thunder is available. It's probably your best tool to get him into the danger zone, but that was only when he dove tier 4s, mind you. If he just sits back and plays safe Dota, good luck killing him.
I don't know if they can stop this. The arrow will miss. Somehow it didn't hit that ogre. Ice continues to go to work on these illusions. They're sending more of them out to conjure images now, and Metamorphosis is down. This might be EHOME's best opportunity with this Aegis, or, well, I guess it just lost it, but still. Even early on in the game, with no Metamorphosis, you don't really want to give up an opportunity to try to take the set of racks. They have a Vlad from the Leech Commander as well.
Terrorblade definitely crushes Huskar late game. If you get, 3 to 6 items Huskar has no real way to deal with illusions. He could get a Mjolnir later on, which is okay, but...
Oh, they dusted DDC.
They want to
No, they missed it. They missed it. Instead, they'll try to find Mikasa as well as FY. And there's the arrow. It does hit onto Ice. He might be in trouble this time. Press the attack comes through. Life break. Mikasa gets absolutely obliterated.
Looking for more. Ice already got like the Riki. Could be next. Tries to blink away. Juke out. DDC will end up escaping.
They don't have any detection there, apparently. Again, the dust missed it.
Down
But...
the Dragon Knight. And moving forward. EHOME, they even want the Courier. Excited to get involved. Speaking of detection, sentries almost lost there for a bit. And now, Metamorph still on cooldown.
Another arrow.
Great time for EHOME.
There it is. And there he just goes to work. Now he needs to move out of the smoke cloud, or I guess he doesn't really care.
He's too lazy to even move out of the smoke cloud. He's like, yeah, this cloud will end.
This chance should
My
affect
siege
someone
will
building.
begin again.
They've lost melee racks. It's gone.
It's over.
This game's I think probably over.
They got Huskar.
Ice will happily oblige them in taking down the first of Rax as his Dragonlance was delivered sometime in the last fight. That range Rax is going to be denied by Mikasa, almost angrily so, and DDC will try to at least find someone in the path of retreat. However, DDC...
Your team is gone, my friend.
Yeah, I don't know about that play.
Hello.
But they're all coming back, at least the Ogre is.
Lanham's got his back. The olds are sticking together.
Lanham will bloodlust himself and move away. Old 11 does a bit of a blink dagger. And now they have the demonic purge up as well. There's going to be the arrow hitting a defender. Starstorm doing some work, but I don't know if it's enough. Mikasa again getting focused down by Ice. Sunder not there for the Terror Blade. He is dead for 36. No buyback, and it might be Mikasa falling as well. That's got to be it, and it will be. GG. Two fast sub-20-minute games from EHOME, dominating Vici Gaming Reborn.
EHOME are the clear team to beat, not just in Group B, but in the entire International 2016 field right now. They have dropped one game, and it was to a really tough opponent in Liquid. They are now 11-1. This team can pick anything, can do anything, and they have a carry playing at the absolute peak of his game after a very last-minute role swap. This team looks scarier than CDEC, honestly, at TI5, and we all know how that story ended, going all the way